Oh, I love it. Woo! Showtime, baby. Week 1 NFL. Let's go.
Why are you so fired up today, Scotty?
I'm jacked up, man. What a huge week we had in college football. Feeling great about the NFL. Looking forward to week 2. What's going on, everybody? I might be a little more jacked up than normal, and there's a reason why, because we've been doing some stellar winning in college football the first couple of weeks, and looking forward to week 1 of the NFL 2025-2026 football season. And I'm joined by my 2 partners in crime that make this show work right alongside me here, the Get the Edge Sports Podcast, live right now on YouTube. What's going on? Here's my man, TK, Tommy King. What's up?
Yeah, I'm wide awake, man. You say I'm not awake?
Woo!
I'm wide awake here today.
Come on.
I forgot to bring Thaddeus Jameson this week, but he's got a double espresso to go over there, so he's ready
Let's
to
go,
rumble.
man. It's football season.
Yeah, it's football. We got the NFL finally starting. Fly Eagles, Fly Crap's going to be starting here this week.
Oh, yeah, they're going to rip your ass open.
I'm
I
staying
love
away
it.
from the Eagles, but
All right.
see what happens.
Here he is, my man, the partner in crime, the man that makes it work with me, my man, Teddy Brooks, CEO.
What's up, boys? I brought the shades back this week.
I love it.
Listen,
What's going on, Teddy? Talk to me.
I think you're fired up. I didn't do the best last week, but I know the one game we went head to head. I know the one game we went head to head on. I got
What'd you get?
that Cincinnati where you had Nebraska. Let's not forget about that one.
Oh, that's,
I'm not letting you live that one down. We're even now, 1-1.
there you go.
On heads up.
Yeah, out of all the games, you got to remember that one. What's going on there, T? What's going on? How you doing, man? How's everything?
I'm doing good, man. I think I gave out 2-1 on the show last week, if I can't remember. Hopefully sweep the board here this week. We'll see. I do like the shades. I'm going to start bringing some shades. Maybe that will help me out as well.
I'm smelling some sweeps coming today. I got a lot of guys on the messenger telling me to keep the shades going, so I'm going to keep them rolling.
Hey, listen, they look great, man. I'll tell you, I like them. I like them myself. Can you get us a pair, both of us, or what? Next week we'll all go shades. Why not? Why not, man? Go shades. We got a lot of college football.
The lights are bright. I will say that.
The lights are bright in Boca, that's for sure.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. You forgot to shout out the studio. Podcast Junkie Studio, Boca Raton, Florida. Podcaster, producer.
Extraordinaire. Yeah, we got a lot going on, guys. We got college football. Look at that. Yeah, those are the Elvis glasses. I like that, Ben. We got college football this week going on the next, starting from Thursday.
Friday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We got the NFL, believe it or not, Thursday night, Friday night, and Sunday. Full board on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. We got Major League Baseball winding down to the last 20-plus games, and there's a lot of stuff going on that's making that exciting. But let's kick it off. Come on, guys. Let's talk about a little bit of last week, your thoughts on those games, a little recap of last week. Number 1 team in the nation on the polls, Ohio State Buckeyes. Coming back after that win.
Well-deserved.
Yeah.
Well-deserved.
Tight win. I had Ohio State, but that was a tight one, man. They had the ball down on the 1-yard line 1 or 2 times.
Oh, Texas screwed that game up a few times, man. They had chances to score, and they couldn't score. That's part of what I told you. Execution early in the season. If you saw it on a lot of these teams, when they normally probably would pop it in or do things differently, that first week, they're trying to fill each other out and find each other out, and it came back to haunt some of those games last week. But number 1 team, like I said, the Buckeyes, we got some interesting teams in the state.
I don't know why that game surprised anyone. I don't know why that Texas-Ohio State game surprised anyone.
A lot of people thought Texas was going to win
I know.
that game.
Arch Manning, I don't know how good he's going to be. I mean, he could end up being great, but the scouting reports on him were not great. I mean, I was reading scouting reports on him before that game. I was actually golfing with I got paired up with a random person during my golf match last Friday, and he asked me about that game. And I told him, I said, I wouldn't bet on Arch Manning until I can see that he can prove something.
Yeah, well, he's got things to prove. I mean, listen, first week of the season, running the show for unbelievable team like that, high-powered offense. Normally, weren't a high-powered offense in that game, obviously, but they made a lot of mistakes. I mean, they had the ball inside the 10, I think, multiple times, and they came away empty.
Yeah, we got stuck on the 1-yard line.
I mean, just some crazy play calling, but hey, Buckeyes, they were number 1. I think they ended last year number 1. They start this year number 1. That's something I don't think that's ever been done before, as far as with Ohio State being number 1, ending one year and starting out number 1 the following season after week 1 of the kickoffs.
And then holding it all year if they can.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But how about the teams in the state of Florida? Miami Hurricanes, big win at Hard Rock Stadium against Notre Dame. Almost gave it away. Had a 2-touchdown lead and started to fall apart. They came back the Fighting Irish. That's why they call them the Fighting Irish, because they fight all the way to the end, and they tied it up. But Miami got that late field goal and won that game 27-24. That field goal pushed that game over to 50.5 total. Did you have anything on that game as far as?
I played Notre Dame in that game, unfortunately, but a lot of key turnovers on that one by Notre Dame. Interception off the guy's ankle. A couple things on that one. But Miami, like I said on the first show, watch out for them, man. If they win that first game against Notre Dame, guys are ripping, man. This thing say I got that easy schedule. I know they got to play Florida State, the Gators, and whatnot, LSU. But
Miami jumps to number 5 in the country.
No,
right
that's
now.
an easy schedule. They do have an easy schedule. You're absolutely right.
I think
Yeah,
FSU
they still got to win, man.
I think that
They do.
FSU game was kind of a fluke. I mean, that they beat Alabama. I mean,
LSU.
Excuse me, Alabama. Excuse me.
Alabama
Against Florida
Florida
State.
No, he had it right. Let's let him go, Scotty. Come
Florida
on.
State, man.
You
That
said
game.
LSU.
I
No,
said
he said
Florida State.
FSU.
I said FSU.
Oh,
You're hearing things.
Yeah, he's all pumped up. I think he did.
But tell me what you think about that game, because I got an opinion on that game also.
It was just a wild one on there. I mean, turnovers. You saw what happened to running the ball so much. I mean, Alabama could have thrown the ball a little bit more in that game. Not making excuses for that one.
throwing the
but,
ball. The
because-
defense was amazing
Yeah,
for FSU.
defense. I saw the one player got shot after the game too at a party or went out for FSU with the family thing and got shot after the game.
I thought FSU made them look terrible. I really do. I thought
Alabama's
FSU,
a much better team. It just they came
No,
out in week 1 and
no,
that's
they're
how
not.
it happens.
No, they're not.
Well, we'll see what happens in the next few games here with
How are they the
Florida
better team?
State.
They got smoked.
They got smoked. It was like you said, it was week 1.
Okay.
That isn't he the guy that said week 1 anything could happen, correct?
Okay, but they got smoked in
They
that
got
game.
smoked. They got smoked, but they can come back out.
I agree and disagree with both of you guys. I do not think that Alabama's a good team, so I disagree with you on that, TK, but I'll tell you why in a second. But I also disagree with you that FSU's so good, right?
I said they were good this week.
Okay, they were good that week, but maybe Alabama. Listen, here's the bottom line, guys.
Yeah. What's the bottom
I
line?
was wrong when Castellanos. Thomas Castellanos. I said last week that he said they don't have Nick Saban to save them. He was right. Kalen DeBoer is not the guy. They don't have the discipline. They're a different type of team. He coaches different. He lets them. Did you guys hear about the players? He was letting them go out in Tallahassee till 2 a.m, night before the game. No, he wants to be the coach he wants to be the anti-Saban, the anti-Belichick coach. Nah, they need discipline on that Alabama team. And if DeBoer can't give it to him, they need to get rid of him and bring in someone that's going to bring that old school Nick Saban discipline.
Yeah. Well, I hate to disagree, whatever. I think Florida State dominated on both sides of the ball.
They did.
Their quarterback was dynamite. Everything he did was right. I don't think he made any mistakes in the game. I thought he played flawless. The defense was excellent, and Alabama couldn't handle the pressure. That's the bottom line. They weren't prepared. As I said, a lot of these teams are not prepared going into week 1 as they should be, and it takes into consideration when you're betting these games. They were a 13.5-point favorite. I could never see that. I even said on the show that I thought Florida State would keep that game close because they had enough talent, and being at home with that crowd buzzing, first time Alabama ever playing there, and Alabama didn't show up and Florida State did show
You're
up.
going to hate this question, Scotty, but
Question?
put Nick Saban on that team. Do you still say that they don't deserve to be favored by 13 points?
No.
Okay.
Not in week 1.
I agree with you. Let's do a handshake. I agree with you there.
Not on week 1. Not on week 1.
Okay.
If it was down the road, that's a different story, and we saw how they were playing and how the momentum was coming into the game. But week 1, thumbs up big time to Florida State. I'm looking forward to watching them play this year and see if they can maintain this high level, because that quarterback, I'll tell you, he fired up that whole entire offense, and that inspired the defense. So both sides of the ball showed up, and there was excellent coaching, obviously, by Florida State. So we got some interesting teams. We got the Gators, up there. We got Miami up there. We got FSU up there. So I'm excited about college football in the state of Florida. I'm sure you guys are as well.
Yeah, but you got the best team out there in the league. I think it's Penn State. I think they're going to have an amazing year this year. Penn State. They got the 2 top running backs in the league. Penn State.
But the problem
could
with
be unbeatable.
Problem with Penn State, they always show up, but then they lose the big one. James Franklin, for some reason, can't get over the hurdle to win that big game to bring a championship to the Nittany
I
line.
think college football is changing around, though, man. It's a little bit different than in the years in the past. You got all this NIL money coming through. You know, these players are staying out, playing late. Look at the 2 running backs for Penn State. You know, it's a little different
You and
now.
these guys staying out.
They're staying in. They're making more money than they would in
not
college
leaving.
football.
I thought you meant going out at
They're
night.
making too much money in college football.
Yeah,
Why would they leave? Why would you leave? You
Hey.
don't have to go to school. You basically don't go to school anyways.
I agree.
It's basically semi-pro football for college. You're basically renting a team.
So what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
That's good. It might be good for the future. Maybe that's how it should be.
Who
Pay
cares?
these guys, let them go.
Our job's to figure out who's going to win the games.
It changes things a little bit. We just have to adapt. Life is all about adapting, right?
Make it like semi-pro football. Man, these guys don't even go to school anymore. So why even have college football like that if they're not even going to school?
Yeah, listen, I don't disagree. Life is all about adapting, right? And let's talk about baseball, right? Starting pitching doesn't mean what it used to mean. Now you have to look more at bullpen, so we adapt. In football, what you're going to have is these small schools that have a really good player. That player is probably going to sign with a way bigger school next year. That's just the reality of it. It's going to put more top heaviness into these bigger conferences. The bigger conferences are just going to get better and better and better. We just have to follow. We just have to.
I know
adapt.
you're talking about your baseball and pitchers and whatnot. You see most of the books now, listed pitchers are gone. It's action only now. Almost every book offshore, every book in Las Vegas can't bet listed pitchers more.
That's not good.
That's
Not
kind
good.
of ridiculous.
I'm gonna have to make a separate video about that.
What'd you guys think of LSU knocking off Clemson in Death Valley? That's not an easy task to do, and I'll tell you, they shut them down in the second half big time. I loved LSU in that game as a live dog, and that was my 50-unit play, which has been crushing it. You guys see what I'm doing with those 50 units, but I loved LSU, and they played great in the second half of that game. That quarterback for Clemson, who was dynamite last year, was like 38 touchdown passes, only 6 interceptions. He looked terrible in that game.
Yeah, Cade Klubnik. He was the Heisman favorite going into that game. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to come out of it.
Into a buzzsaw
I'll tell you what, he might come down. Obviously, Arch Manning's coming down a lot on those odds.
I don't know about Arch Manning
Thomas
coming down.
Castellano's probably going to go up a little bit on those odds after that first week he had. Odds move every week, Scotty, so I know it doesn't make a huge – 1 week doesn't mean everything,
of
but
course not.
the odds are definitely going to move. If you do believe in Arch Manning, now's probably the time to buy.
If you believe in Arch Manning, he played against the number 1 team in the, let's face it, number 2 team, number 3 team in the nation.
He had some jitters,
Ohio
probably.
State.
Some jitters.
Yeah.
You see the memo that he's got Peyton and Eli watching him throws. He throws an interception. That was a meme, but he goes, he must be adopted.
Yeah.
That was a good one, too.
A lot of memes came out of that game.
One last recap from last week that just ended before we move on to stuff this week. Bill Belichick, guys, what the hell happened there? Wheels fell off that bus real
I
fast.
told you what was going to happen on
First drive of the
game.
game.
I think we said it. TC was going to run him out of the. I said gym, but they ran him out of the stadium last week.
That game was, I was watching the beginning of that game. I see that first touchdown. I'm like, oh boy. Here we go, Bill Belichick.
Here we go.
And then
the same thing. Yeah, LT there, Michael Jordan, all
Dean
the boys in there.
Smith, the coach.
Yeah, them all in there, all in the stadium watching.
Well,
that
they
game.
got to support, man. They're all out there. Roy Williams, former coach, was there.
Now they're 14-point favorites this week, North Carolina.
I don't know, man. The way
Is
they
his
look.
girlfriend showing up on the sidelines this week again?
I don't think was she there last week?
She was,
Yeah,
at
she was
halftime, she
there.
was on the field.
Yeah, she was there for sure. All right. Well, listen, guys, we're jacked up because we like obviously what we're seeing in college football. A lot of good opportunities out there. Like I said, you got to be careful early in the year. These numbers are inflated, and these teams sometimes don't come out as prepared as you think they're going to come out. And there's a lot of bad numbers out there, so be very careful. I'm picking my spots. I know that. I'm sure these guys are as well. And we're going into week 2. There's some games. Is there games? I think there's Friday night.
Friday night, man. Friday night, we got some football.
Yeah, let's look. Are you guys looking at anything on the Friday night schedule? I mean, I'm definitely looking at some huge games this weekend in college football. I love, and I'm going to have a 50-unit play, guys, going on Saturday in college football. So pay close attention to my videos coming up because 7-0 the last 7, ready to make it 8-0 on Saturday. Anything you guys looking at as far as college football Friday?
Friday, you got anything?
I got something.
I got something to do. You go
Hold
first,
up.
Eddie.
All right, I just threw it to you. You're throwing it to
He's
him.
throwing it to
I
me.
gotta read my notes over
You
here.
guys
Hot
got
potato.
your own goddamn show.
I
don't know.
got to read my notes
Ben,
over.
these
Ben,
guys,
go get
these
the
guys
drums.
need their own show.
We don't need Scott.
They don't know how to. They don't know how to work like with a host running the show for them.
How am I supposed
Go
to
ahead,
look?
Teddy.
He's
So,
got glasses on.
I'm looking
already.
at
Look
this.
His eyes.
All right, guys,
TK's
let's
lost.
calm down. I'm looking at this Northern Illinois Maryland game, guys. Guys, this Northern Illinois Husky team, they played an FCS team last week and barely squeaked by 19-17. And the only reason they won that game was because they had a kickoff return on special teams. It's a new offensive coordinator. They're still learning the offense. They're an absolute mess. Their defense is solid, but without an offense that can stay on the field, they can't keep up with Maryland in this game. Maryland crushed FAU last week, 39-7.
All right.
Big performance for them. Big performance on both sides of the ball, really. This line sits at 17.5, and the over-under sits at 46.5. I can easily see Maryland winning this game like 27-7 or 23-7, and I can see Maryland covering. I'm going to buy this from 17.5 down to 16.5. Go with Maryland, and then I'm also going to put a little bit of a sprinkle on the under. I'm going to buy that one up from 46.5 to 47.5 and go under.
All right, you got it. All right,
What's a
excellent.
sprinkle? Is that like a drizzle?
A sprinkle's like half of my main play, so I'm going to put.
You want to go to baseball now?
I'm going to put a full unit on Maryland and probably a half unit on the under.
All right, T, who are you looking at Friday night?
Hey, you know I like my Friday night lights. You watched my record last year in Friday football. You remember it was great.
Let's go.
I'm jumping on James Madison. I got him at 14. The current line's 13. James Madison 5-1 their last 6 against the spread in September. They covered last week as a favorite. Going in as a big dog here today. Louisville just 2-5 their last 7 as a favorite at home. I'm jumping on James Madison. I'm taking them 14 points. It's 13 now. Buy it up to 14 and take James Madison. Another dog barking for you on Friday night lights.
All right, you got it. I'm not touching anything Friday. I just love the weekend, and I love the NFL. We'll go back to the NFL, obviously, next, but we got games in the NFL Thursday night, games Friday night, and games on Sunday. As far as college football, we got a big-time board of games coming up on Saturday. A lot of stuff out there. I'm looking at some stuff as well. I want to start with Teddy. Teddy, on Saturday, you got a couple of best bets for us?
I got 2 best bets on Saturday that I'm in love with. Once again, I'm in love with all these games this week. So first game, I'm looking at Virginia versus North Carolina State. As my boy Scotty would say, we have a live dog here. Guys, Virginia crushed Coastal Carolina. I think you were on Coastal Carolina. I'm not trying to bring up your loss.
They never showed up.
But never showed up. Virginia easily handled them. NC State had a tough time against East Carolina, almost lost to them. Guys, Virginia just gave up 7 points to Coastal. And, NC State allowed East Carolina, which is a way, way, way worse offense, to score 17. Virginia shut down their passing. Circa has Virginia bets at 25% of the bets, 80% of the money. And TK, there's always sharp money at Circa. So we're seeing some sharp early money at Circa on this game. I'm taking the live road dog. I'm moving it to 3.5, and I'm playing it safe like I like to play it.
All right.
Guys, but one thing, understand this. I am not opposed to you guys putting a little bit on the money line, but my personal money is going on the spread plus 3.5. And then we have this Ole Miss Kentucky game. Guys, do you remember Ole Miss last year? They had Jackson Dart. They were hot. They were looking like a playoff contender.
Yeah.
They
scored a lot of points.
They took Georgia down close, almost beat Georgia, and then they just lost to Kentucky and their whole season fell apart. I'm willing to bet that Lane Kiffin does not forget about that in this game. Listen, Ole Miss had a great game against Georgia State last week. Kentucky barely escaped in their game against Toledo. Pretty boring game, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that. I actually had a little bit on Toledo in that one. But I'm saying big revenge factor here, and I think Ole Miss can crush this spread. I'm going Ole Miss minus 9.5. If you even have it at 10, I wouldn't even bother buying the half a point. I think it's so much of a blowout.
Showing about 10.5.
I'm liking this one too.
I would at least get it to 10. But
I'm loving this one too, man. I'm with you. I'm on Mississippi minus a 10 in this one. Mississippi coming off that big blowout win and cover last week against Georgia State. And they're playing Kentucky, like you said. Kentucky just 1-4 their last 5 against the spread at home. They started off this year 0-1 against the spread. My numbers got this one here on this game here. Mississippi is winning by at least 8 points or more. 18 points or more. I'm going to go with Mississippi in a blowout.
I agree. I see a 3-touchdown game here.
Yeah, like I said, my numbers got this them winning by 18 plus. So
Yeah.
Mississippi over Kentucky. I like them.
Yeah, I looked at that game as well. I'm in agreement with you guys on that one.
Oh, boy, we got one. Ben, hit the bell.
Oh, hit the bell. Hit the drums.
I think Mississippi's right. I think if Kentucky was right, they wouldn't be getting 10 and a half. I'd buy this line down to 9 just to keep it real. I'd get the line at -9, pay the 130 or whatever it is, juice. And I take that line right now to bring it down to 9 with Mississippi. I think they win this game by about 13 to 18 points. So I'm in agreement on the Mississippi play. So there you go. We're all on that one. Anything else?
I think that's the first time this season the official.
Well, we're only 2 weeks in, baby.
Well, you know what?
Only 2 weeks.
We don't know how many times it'll happen.
Yeah.
Might
It
not
doesn't
happen.
happen a lot.
There was, and I like Iowa State right now. I'll tell you, the Cyclones are playing excellent. They won their first 2. I had them in week 1 against Kansas State. They came back last week and destroyed South Dakota. I mean, they blew them right out. I think they're playing better right now than Iowa. I think they're a strongest team right now. I think over the last couple of years they built a nice little program there, and they're starting to play pretty solid, football. And the line on this game is like 3.5. I'd bring this game down to -2. And I know it's a rivalry, and I know everyone gets jacked up, and they make these numbers softer than they should be. But I think that I think right now, based on what I'm seeing and the way that Iowa State is playing, I think they're going to control this game. And I like this play a lot. I think Iowa State continues their winning ways. They're 2-0 so far. A dominating play after going out of playing in Dublin the first week. That didn't affect them in week 2 because they executed. They scored like 56 points against South Dakota. Obviously, they're a nothing-type team, but I think they beat Iowa. I don't think Iowa is much of much. I mean, they're a solid team, but not as solid as Iowa State. So I would get this line down to -2 and jump on the Cyclones, guys, Iowa State in this game.
I like that one, Scotty, but I got a question for you.
He always likes them after the fact.
Why not just play that on the money line?
Because I don't want to lay 3.5. It's going to be about 2 to 1.
160, 160.
No, I'm saying 150.
150 on the money line. Then the money line.
So here's it brings me to the next question.
I think they win the game. So as long as I'm two under, 2 is okay for me or better.
Yeah. So I guess the only way you lose is if they win by 1.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think this is going to be
fair enough.
I don't think this is going to be a 1-point game. And anything else you guys are looking at as best bets for Saturday? Got a lot of games, guys.
I got one more going as well, man. This Memphis-Georgia State game. I like Memphis -13 on the road against Georgia State. Georgia State blown out last week versus Mississippi. Now they're coming in as a double-digit dog again. Georgia State, they're just 1-4 their last 5 against the spread. They're 1-7 their last 8 against the spread at home. If my numbers are right, and I know they're right this week, Memphis should win this game by 20+. They're only laying 13. Go with a nice winner with Memphis -13 and get paid late evening here, 7:00 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
That's what I like there.
Anything else, Teddy? I got one more.
No, for Saturday, that is it. I did have you have one more for Saturday?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to talk about something with NFL, so you're good.
We'll jump to NFL next. I got one more. I like another live dog. Like I said, I look for dogs this time of the year. NC State's playing Virginia. I like this play. I think that Virginia's a live dog in this game. I would get it to +3.5. Line currently is about 2.5 or 3. I feel Virginia's the right side. I think they might be an improved team this year. I could see them starting to play a little better this year than they've played in the past few years. North Carolina State, I mean, their talent is solid. I think it might be a little drop-off time this year for them. I think Virginia might have a little more little more better performing season this year. I look forward to seeing them play a little better throughout the year, and I'm going to try to pick my spots with them. But I like this play. I think if North Carolina State was right in this game, it would have been about a 4.5 point favorite. This game's 2.5. This is what I look for. I look for these numbers that make sense to me. It hit me right away. I like the dog in this game. I'd buy it up to 3.5, even +4. I don't care about laying the extra juice because I feel I'm going to hit a high number of these games throughout the year. So even if I lose one here and there, that juice is not going to eat me up because of the fact that I'm going to hit a higher number than wins than I will losses. So I like this play. I like Virginia, and I like them +4 in this game against North Carolina State. I see the dog barking. It's similar to the game I had last week that I loved, California. And California, I thought they could win that game handily, and I thought the line on the game was off by several points. This is the same type of game. I think the line's off by a few points. I want to take advantage of it. The line setters know these teams. They know what to look for. There's always a home bias in a game like this, especially against teams like this that play each other all the time. So I'm taking the dog, Virginia, plus the points. Go to +4. Make it count. Big play.
You did hear me give that game out
man,
like
you
10
guys
minutes
agreed.
ago, right?
2 games. 2 games agreeing on this.
What's
week.
that?
I said you did hear me give that play out like 10 minutes ago, right?
It's okay.
I think they.
Oh, we
gave-
agree. We're on the same page.
I think they
again.
gave Scott sugar in his iced tea instead of unsweetened this week.
I think he missed that.
Guys, I'm looking for value, and Teddy, like I said, I mean, whatever you do to come up with your selections and all the things and all the variables that you come up with, that's great. And I look for certain things. The numbers hit me when they hit me, I go with them, and I'm agreeing with you on 2 of those games. Yeah,
Let's go, baby. I'm excited.
and we're going with dogs on top of it, right?
We are. Those are both dogs. No, Ole Miss. The Ole Miss game we
I
agreed
played
on is a
some favorites. I
favorite.
played some.
The Ole Miss game, I think, makes sense because like I said, Kentucky. I mean, they got a solid program. They played good over the last handful of years, but I think Ole Miss has got just too much talent. And I think if they show up and they execute, and I think they will, because week 2 there's a big difference between week 1 and the line making them 10.5 on the road in a game like this really shows you that they are the stronger of these 2 teams. If this game might have been 7.5 or 8, I probably would stay way off this game. But being the fact that they're making it 10.5, I'll bring it down to 9 because I think they're going to win by a couple of touchdowns. Definitely Mississippi.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to rumble.
Ready to rumble. NFL time, baby. NFL time. I just want to give everyone a little piece of advice before we start breaking down these NFL games. This is week 1, guys. Like Scotty always says, don't go too heavy too early. You want to keep it light. But here's another piece of advice. Heading into week 1 of the NFL, don't be afraid to bet with the public market. A lot of people like fading the public, and usually fading the public can help a little bit. But in week 1 NFL, public has a history of winning. Especially the last 5 years or so. I think they set these lines soft to let the public win, to kind of get them engaged for the rest of the year, and then they make the lines tighter and tighter and tighter.
I've never heard that one before.
As the year goes
they
around.
Want the public to win?
Yeah, absolutely. Early, it's like a drug dealer. You give them a hit, you give them a free
I
hit.
think the bookies want to rip your ass.
Nah,
open
you give them a
everywhere.
free hit. They enjoy that
What's
free
your
hit,
thoughts?
and then they're coming back. It's like that first hit, then they're always coming back for more. So I completely disagree with you there, Scotty.
I don't know about that.
I think the public's getting smarter too. Started playing a lot of dogs, man.
I
especially in
don't
college.
think with AI and all the technologies out there, I don't think they're putting up soft numbers. No way.
I think they want the public to win early so that they can milk
Well,
them
that's
and
another
juice them
story.
later.
Yeah. Well, they want to tease them.
Yeah, no, they want to give them. They want to give them a little bit of winning, so that they're always going to chase week 1. They're
Listen,
chasing week 1, chasing week 1.
I can understand the philosophy.
Yeah, speaking, I know going to the NFL, man. Did you see Lee Corso? He picked his final Saturday, hit a 5-team parlay, 9,001.
Yeah.
$100 paid to 9,000, a perfect
Good for
5.
him.
You know.
It wasn't 9,000 to 1,
Yep,
90 to 1.
Well, 91. 100 paid 1,000. You know what I meant.
No, I didn't.
100 wins at 9. If you know 100 wins 9,000, 90
Well,
to
that's
1.
different. You said a dollar.
Yeah,
You
a
paid
dollar to
9,000.
win $9,842.
All right, good for Lee, man. How old is he now? He's 90 years old.
He might be AI.
He's 90 years
You
old.
know, you definitely saw
He's definitely great for college football. That's
he was
for sure.
amazing for years, and that whole hat thing, putting on the
Yeah.
mascot head, that move right there. I don't know if he thought of that or who thought it, but that move will be iconic forever. They need to have someone replace him with those hats now. Maybe Pat McAfee or something.
Or Herbstreit.
Kirk Herbstreit. Someone's got it. Well, I don't know if Herbstreit's the guy for it. I think
Herbstreit's
Pat
not the guy.
He
Pat
could be the one,
McAfee
yeah.
more has the personality.
Herbstreit's too busy having his dog in it.
Yeah, that dog's great though.
Runs around the field
I
every
love
game.
that dog.
Yeah.
Did you see the North Carolina game was so boring that they were having the dog at the end of the game?
Yeah, with
they
the
put,
headphones on
They
them.
put on the head. They were just having fun with the dog because there was no game to even talk about at that point.
Yeah, that was kind of a crazy game. I'll tell you, with Belichick, they brought him in like it was like you said, a prize fighter. What did they do? They dimmed the
walked him
lights.
in,
They brought him all in.
UFC
They got all jacked up. And by the third quarter, did you see the place was half empty?
You know, I
stadium.
think
I think
Belichick
everyone
knows
ran
what he
out of there.
has. I think he knows that like this year's team isn't the team. I think he's kind of looking in the future. Remember, he didn't start there until what?
He's
April?
74 years old. Where's the future?
I think he plans. I think he has a 3 to 5 year.
I don't know if
Couple
he's
years,
too.
3
He might be. He might have seen his better days. Belichick, obviously.
Possible.
Yeah. It's
possible.
I just don't know if he knows, like, the new age kind of things that.
He probably came in for his son to take over.
Nah, I don't know about that.
Well,
His
his son
son
was
has
there.
never taken over. I don't think
This is
Belichick.
college, though.
No, I don't think
the pros.
Belichick's coming in to let his son take over. But who knows down the road? But I think if they fire Belichick, the kid goes right along.
I agree. I
I
agree.
don't see the son staying and the father getting fired. All
I
right,
agree.
listen. Woo! I'm jacked up. NFL Week 1, baby. We got it. 2025-26 season. Will the Eagles repeat? That's the question. Will Kansas City get back to the Super Bowl again? These are the things that are unanswered right now, but I've got a lot of answers as the season goes. And we're going to kick it off week 1 opening night on Thursday. The defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. TK's favorite.
Yep, I'm not
going against
right now. As of now, I'm not touching that game right now. Dallas,
well,
Philly.
let me finish, man.
Line 8-47.5. He tells me to come in.
I didn't tell you to come in. I was talking.
Teddy, can we put you in the middle today?
Wow.
Something's wrong today.
Yeah, let's switch. Come on.
Well,
you want to host?
He's been up since 6 a.m.
Yeah,
You know, he's
there you
fired
go.
up.
All right. Anyways, I love this guy. I've known him 30 years. We can always fool around him and I. Bottom line is Dallas Cowboys. God knows what we got there. Will Dak Prescott have a big year? Will he not have a big year? Will that team have a good year? Will it not have a good year? A lot of mystery behind the Dallas Cowboys, and they got to kick the season off against the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. Current line, guys, 8.5. That's at most of the major sports books. Total 47.5. What is your thought? I'm going to kick it off with TK because I know he was dying to jump in.
Like I said, I'm not using this game as of yet. It's going to be a game time decision.
How can you
tomorrow.
not use the game?
Man, I'll play a little baseball tomorrow. I'm just not I told you, Dallas and Philly. Philly last year got the best of me. If I did anything, this game probably go to Eagles, but I'm going to stay away from it. As of now, I'm staying away from this game right now on Thursday night. I'm not too interested in this game. I'm more interested in the NFL this weekend. I'm not just going to jump on the game because it's the first game of the season. Okay. No need to. So I don't like it. I'm not going to jump on it.
All right. Sounds great to me. What about you?
Well, listen, I'm treating it kind of the same way. I'll put like a quarter unit or a half unit bet on it. Thursday night football, I don't love. But I'm not, just overall for the year, I'm not high on Dallas. And I am high on Jalen Hurts to come back and continue the performance he had last year. Even though he didn't have the biggest quarterback numbers, that's because they ran the ball a lot, and they did very well there. Now, Dak Prescott, could he have a big year fantasy-wise? Yeah, because I think they're going to be playing from behind a lot, and I think they're going to need his arm to come back. So I think he could put up a lot of numbers, but I'm not big on Dallas as a team.
You think losing Micah Parsons is going to affect them?
I think it's going to affect everything. I think it's going to affect the way that...
Talking about week 1.
Week 1, yes, and I think the whole season, yes. I think that it's going to affect long-term the way the players see their position there. If they don't care about the best defensive player on the team, why would they care about me? And there's two sides to every story, but I'm just not high on Dallas. I haven't been for a few years now. So yeah, I'm gonna put a little, as I said before, a little sprinkle on Philly.
Little sprinkle on Philly.
A little sprinkle on Philly. I'm not bought into Dallas.
Okay. I'm not touching the game, but I'm going to take over the passing yards for Jalen Hurts in week 1. I think he's going to have a big game. He's going to start off the season where he left off. I think he's going to have a lot of disguises, and I think he could take advantage of that Dallas secondary and so forth and so on. So do you have his total number on the passing yards?
You could look up on the Hard Rock. Let me look.
All right, passing yards. Guys, going over the passing yards for Jalen Hurts, week 1. That's not a huge play. This is not a game I'm going all in on by any stretch of the imagination. I don't feel comfortable with the number on this game at 8.5 if week 1 of the season. Listen, anything could happen, turnovers, execution. But I think that Hurts will move the ball through the year. What do you got?
15.
I'm going over that number. And actually, you can adjust it. I would bring it down. I think you can do an adjusted number with the juice. 205, I think.
Alternate pass yards. We got.
I want to make sure I give these guys
minus 175, 200 plus, 225 plus 150.
I'm going to go 200 plus. Lay the juice. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he'll have over a couple hundred yards. They're going to showcase him. Obviously, Barkley. You got Dallas Goedert. You got a lot of weapons. I mean, Philadelphia brings to the table. I think they're going to take advantage of a soft Dallas secondary. But will they score a lot of points at the end of the day? They may move up and down the field and not score points or kick field goals. But I like that passing over 200 yards on Jalen Hurts. That's my pick on that situation for Thursday night. But I love this game on Friday night, man. That game it's in Brazil, correct?
Yep, São Paulo.
We got two great teams going against each other, and these are the two teams that I think are going to battle all season long in that AFC West. You got Kansas City Chiefs Can't speak any more about them and what they've done and accomplished over the last several years. Probably the dynasty of all dynasty teams in the past, 8 years or so has been the Chiefs. They've dominated everything from Super Bowls to division titles, and they're going against probably the team right underneath them with the chance to go above them with the L.A. Chargers. Jim Harbaugh, second year. Justin Herbert going into his sixth year as quarterback and has more passing yards, and I've mentioned this before, over 23,000 passing yards in his first 5 years as a quarterback. But I think something's got to stick sooner or later with these teams and this situation because they both have weapons. We both know that, right, guys? I mean, Kansas City has their weapons on offense and defense. Same with the Chargers. We got a point spread. KC's -3.5 opening night. What do you think of TK on that one?
Like I said, it's going to go out to my players. I'm not giving it out on the show. If they want it, they're going to have to come to my website. But the current line right now is 3-46.5 Kansas City against the Chargers. I'm not going to give it out of the show. I'm going to only give out one NFL this weekend on Sunday. Okay. But it should be a great game, man. Chiefs, Chargers, KC looking to really come back. Chargers, strong team.
Sao Paulo.
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That altitude could get to these teams, too. But I bet you a lot of guys will be dehydrated and cramping up.
The beach could get to them all week before they even play the game.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm talking about the game itself.
I saw they were out
there. I
don't
care what goes on at the beach.
They were having a good time down at the beach, surfing.
Do you think that number's a good number that they made on that game? Kansas City 3.5 against the Chargers?
I think the bookmakers are right on the money on this point spread. I think it's going to be a tight one. Kansas City Chargers could be a tight game. Probably come down to a field goal either way.
I think they made a mistake on this line. I got to be honest with you, the way I'm looking at it. Teddy, what's your thoughts on this game? You think they made a mistake on this line of Kansas City 3.5, or you think they're the right way? The right number.
Well, before I get into that, I wanted to agree with TK, man. Sometimes these guys just, they're just taking free games, and they don't want to pay for anything. So I commend you for holding that game back, TK. We got to. You guys got to start respecting what we do here. Not necessarily you guys that watch this show, but just in general, the kind of the side viewers, the ones that aren't as loyal. But yeah,
they do respect you, man. They're following you.
No, I'm not talking about the guys that are watching live. Those guys are all rock solid. I'm talking about like when we post the games and it gets 5,000 views. Some of those 5,000, not the few hundred people that are watching the show.
No one wants to click and buy.
Right. So, I mean, listen.
You think that's a good number on that game? 3.5, 46.5.
I do. I think these are two. First of all, there's no real home field advantage. Like the Chargers are technically listed as the home team, but there's no home team here. So yeah, if the Chargers were actually at home, I think maybe the game could be a little bit like maybe 2, something like that. But I think being that there's no home advantage, I would say yes. And I think that I'm not picking a side, but I like the under here in this game.
Isn't this the game last year when Green Bay, didn't they play there and Jordan Love got hurt?
I think
he got hurt in the first game of the year. I think it was in Sao Paulo, right, in Brazil?
I know they played in Brazil. I think
I don't remember.
Played one in the first game.
The Packers. And Jordan Love went down. Yeah, you got to be careful, man. That field wasn't the greatest.
That's why I like the under. These fields, they're not kept well like the.
Well, they're kept well, but
they're not kept the same. I should say
they're not. Rained, it didn't rain.
Yeah, they're not kept the same as American football.
Another thing is Taylor Swift making the trip on this one. Go with Chelsea. Wonder if she'll be out there. That could make a big difference.
1,000% she'll be there. All right, guys. I love the other side. I'm going against Kansas City. I'm jumping on the Chargers. Love the play. This game's been on my radar for quite some time. I told you I thought the Chargers are going to have a big season, and I'm going to stick with them right out of the gate. I'd buy this line up to 5 points from 3.5. I don't care about the juice. I'm jumping on the Chargers. I think they're a live dog. They might even win the game, but I want to grab as many points as I can when I feel I have an edge. I'm going to keep grabbing and grab that edge to my favor. I love the Chargers in this spot. I just think that between Harbaugh and Herbert and all the weapons they have and their defense, I think can stymie and cause turnovers and make mistakes, that Mahomes normally doesn't. But in the first week, you never know. Anything can go. Like I said, you got to watch these teams, even in the NFL, first weeks or so, see how they execute, see how well they're playing as a unit on offense and defense. I think the defense side of the ball could go either way. I think they're both equal as far as defense go. I think the offenses are equal as far as they can go, especially with Herbert this year, coming into a 6th year with Harbaugh in his 2nd year behind him, and the weapons they have. I like the dog in this game. I think the dog is barking. I see a lot of value. Buy it to 5, Chargers. Boom. That's my play. Like the Chargers, big time. All right. That's it. You guys, what's the matter? I shut you guys down.
We got Sunday NFL. We did Thursday.
Oh no,
Friday. We got
I'm
Sunday
going. I'm
now.
going to Sunday, but I love Friday.
I mean, that's a lot of talk about one game. We covered that game pretty. I
don't know where
well.
Scotty gets his lines from. I don't see 3.5 on the board out there. About 40 sportsbook. It's a solid 3 and 2.5.
I see 3.5 all over.
I got them. I'm best live odds right now. I see 3 and 2.5.
Okay, on every book.
Almost every book, 3 solid 3s.
Okay,
2.5.
I'm seeing 3.5. I'm going to 5. If it's 3, then go to 4.5. I'll make it easy on everybody.
Tell you what, I've noticed some big time differentials on Hard Rock lines. For example, last night.
I couldn't bet tennis yesterday. I was pissed.
Last night, I saw an offshore. I love the Mets' first 5 innings. I saw an offshore had it at -155. Hard Rock had it at -135. Big difference. Pretty interesting.
I saw another game last night. On the Met game, they had -155 for the game, and offshore had at -130 as well. They flip flop around.
So they flip flop. They
got
to
to look different odds sometimes. I guess they're starting to get smart and play by their action.
Well,
I mean, they're only booking Florida, so they can play off their own action.
Yeah,
they don't have to play against.
That could be what it is. That could be what it is for sure.
All
you
right.
know, one thing I just want to say before we get into Sunday, I was pondering something. The crazy thing about the sports betting industry, what we do, handicappers, consultants, whatever you want to call it, it's one of the only industries where we have zero control over the outcome of what we're predicting. Like nothing, zero control. It's completely in the hands of other people. But what we can control is how hard we work, the type of customer service we provide, the amount of effort we put into it, the amount of money we put into our businesses. So those are things we can control. But isn't it crazy that at the end of the day, the results are technically in the hands of a bunch of 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds?
Well, that's college. Yeah.
Well,
The
and
NFL is different.
20 and 30-year-olds in the pros, yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, we've been doing this, we've been up against this brick wall all our years, all of us. So at the end of the day, you do your homework the best you can. You try to break these games down in your mind, play them all out, use your best resources you have out there to try to educate you, on these matchups as far as numbers and everything else. And that's all you can really ask for. You got to just let the chips fall. And hopefully, the way we've been doing it, it's been working out in our favor where we win more than we lose. So that's the bottom line. So, it's a long season, but you got to pick your spots and you got to look for the right situation. We got a huge board of games on Sunday featured by the late game, which should be damn good. We're looking at the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills on the Sunday night game, which is a great way to kick the season off. But we got a lot of games going, a full board of games starting from 1 o'clock all the way to 8:20 p.m., and anything you guys looking at early in the NFL, T?
I got one game going, man. I'll throw it right out to you.
You're giving it out?
I'm giving out one game. That's it.
Oh,
Like
wow.
I said, I'm not giving away the kitchen sink anymore. You could go 4-5-0, and they're waiting for it next week, and they don't buy anything from you or even give you a call or a gratitude. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that do, hit you up and whatnot. But I'm gonna.
It's a thankless business, TK. The people.
You're as good as your last game.
You can win 7 games in a row, lose 1, and you're the horse's ass. Man,
the audience. Listen, I always say this: the sports betting audience out there, 70% of you guys are great, but 30% of you guys are absolute pieces of shit. So I'm sorry.
There's
it's
a
just
lot of them.
the way it is.
Wow, you guys.
Just the way it is.
Before I get in my game, man, I think since they legalized
let's go.
sports betting all over the country, I mean, I don't know if we always talk. This guy doesn't want to talk about it.
Same shit.
But these companies like Fliff and all that, I know.
What does it have to do with you?
No, I'm just saying that they changed the business around these companies like Flip, Better, and whatnot.
Okay.
In the industry.
I think more opportunities to bet is not a bad thing. I think, hey,
Right.
They're already talking about they don't want the prop bets really anymore in the NBA and the college. So these places, they're going to have to go to these places like Underdog or whatever they call it, Underwear, Underdog, whatever they call that place over there. But I'm going to get right down to my play. I know Scotty's waiting over here. He's sweating over here today, too. I told you they put sugar in his iced tea today.
I don't know. I deal with you two. I need a drink after this show.
Next time I'm going to pour a little J-Mo in there when he's not looking. We'll have him hammered by the end of the show.
Go ahead.
All right, let's get right down to it. I'm playing one game for you guys on the show. I'm going to give out Arizona minus a 6.5 against New Orleans. These teams have not played since 2022, where Arizona did beat them 42-34. I'm looking for the same scenario. I'm looking for Arizona to win this one big again. I know these teams, even when they played, a home team is 8-1. They're not last night against the spread. But if my numbers are right, and I said it in college, I know they're right. This game, Arizona should win this game by 14 points. play the Cardinals on the road. Nice blowout here on Sunday afternoon in the NFL.
Cardinals, huh?
Yep,
It's
Arizona.
a lot of wood, man, on the road for
Yeah,
a team like the Cardinals with Kyler Murray. I don't know, man. That guy's a head case.
Well, look at the stats and trends. Like I said,
Let's
I'm
hope
going
he-
against a big trend. The home team's 8-1 their last night against the spread in this series.
but those
don't mean nothing. I'm playing my numbers. I give a lot of trends and angles out. I just say them out there, but I play my numbers. I know my numbers right on this one. Arizona to smack them in New Orleans. Nice winner with Arizona.
You agree with that one, Teddy? Or you're not touching it?
I'm not touching that game. I'm not in that game.
It's a lot of points.
I got 2 other games that I'm on, but I think New Orleans is going to be. I mean, they don't even have a real quarterback. I think they're going to be really bad.
Oh,
So
they have a real quarterback.
I wouldn't bet
but it's
against them. I wouldn't bet.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah.
No big
Okay.
deal.
Spencer Rattler.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
their quarterback.
He is not an NFL starting
Going
quarterback.
against Kyler Murray.
Yeah. I think
But Kyler Murray's a friggin' head case, man. He could be a world champ one minute and a bum the next.
Yeah. But I think he's going to have a good year this year. I think he's going to bounce back nice. I mean, he
hopefully
was
you don't
showing
have-
signs last year.
He stays off getting injured.
Could have a good year, going teams to win it all and whatnot. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl. I think they could have a great year. The Giants, man. I think they could come out and show a little.
I like what I
this year,
see from the
I like
Giants.
them too. I think once you get Russell Wilson out of the helm and bring in the other guy, I think it's going to be a totally different story.
I posted something about.
Well, hold on. I got a comment.
I don't think Russell Wilson is going to.
If you think the Giants are going to have a good year, why would you think Russell Wilson should be
I think
Because he
Russell's
thinks
gonna be
Jackson
replaced.
Dart's going to be the man.
I think he's going to be the man. He might come in,
He-
get a little injury on. He's old, man. He could pull a little injury, pull a little hamstring in the first game.
All right.
I just said it could be a little shocker if he pull.
Here's what I
total.
see.
So
I
you're
think
trying to tell me that if Jackson
I'm not saying they're
Dart,
winning a Super Bowl. They're
Well,
not.
hold
They're going
on.
to win more than 5 games.
yeah, but you said that they're going to have a good year. So you're saying that Russell Wilson's coming right out and they're going to bring
I think they're going to bring
Dart
him
in and have a great year?
I think that's what's going to happen.
I think if they don't-
just started Russell Wilson as,
think you guys are
as
smoking.
an honor.
if they don't start hot, I think Russell Wilson gets pulled by the 3rd, 4th, 5th game. Jackson Dart comes in, and it's all history from there. And then
Well,
they make
that's a
and then they make a
different
playoff run. That's what I think is going to happen.
You think Jackson Dart's just going to come in out of nowhere and just take them to the playoffs?
I didn't say take them to playoffs. I said have a decent season and beat
Well,
their
what's a
winning
decent-
record.
what's a-
I don't look at their win total
what-
for the season. I'm
what-
talking win for their
What's
season records.
what's a decent season?
Well, I think they're picked
Nine and
5.5
8?
9 and
games.
8. I think they can get 9 and 8.
What was the total over under for the season wins on them?
I think
Probably
they could beat.
less.
I think they could beat
They were
Dallas
5.5.
twice. I think they could
Oh,
beat.
yeah, well,
You got to beat. You got obviously Philly. That's a tough one. But if you beat Dallas, if you beat Washington,
Yeah.
you never know what the
Well,
future holds.
they got to split out with those teams.
Yeah.
Agree. Who you
Giants
like?
are
All right,
5
I'm ready.
wins.
Hold
5
on.
wins.
Let's go.
What?
The Giants are 5 wins. I
Yeah.
think they can win.
I
more
love
than 5
the-
games.
I love the
where,
over
where,
there.
where you seeing big wins then?
I said they could go over that record. I'm not saying big wins. I said they could go over that.
So they
total.
could have a big year.
a good year.
9 and 8's a big
What's
year
to go
for
over
a team
that
that's
total?
supposed to have 5
go
wins.
over 5 and a half.
Hold on.
I'm talking go over a total. The Dolphins are going dead under unless Tua gets hurt and the other guy comes in. Then I might become a Dolphin fan.
I don't know about
Scotty,
that either.
if a team-
I think he's just living. I think he's drinking a
If-
little.
I'd like
a-
to see Tua come out, man. I think
If a
the kid's
team
better
total,
quarterback.
if a team total is 5
5
and
and
the,
five.
and the team gets 9 wins, that's a
That's
big
win.
season.
That's a
Yeah,
big
but
season.
you're not.
I just don't see Russell
The
Wilson.
point
continue
is,
the rest
if
of the
a
whole
team
season.
total is 5, they're not expecting shit from that team to
Right.
begin with.
So if they get
why-
9
why would they take a starting quarterback, Russell Wilson? They're expecting the team not to be that great, anyways, with the starting quarterback.
They're
based
giving
on
Russell
numbers.
Wilson a courtesy.
So
to
why
start
would
him
they
this year.
yank him out, put another guy in,
gonna
and
happen.
that guy's going to?
because they want to. They're going to want to. They're going to want to see if he's the guy, and if he
Come
is the
week
guy,
one.
then they win.
That I agree with you there.
They got to see what they have. You know what I mean? They
I-
got to see what they have.
Agree with you there 1,000%. See
They
what
got
you
a
have.
pretty good defensive
But
line, too.
I don't know if that he's going to be the changing point that takes them, spirals them to a winning team.
I'm
That's,
predicting right now.
They
week
got
5,
Abdul Carter,
Russell
right?
Smith, he's out.
They got Abdul Carter, right, from Penn State.
they got everybody,
Yeah.
man.
So listen.
Go ahead.
Here's
Let's
my
go.
games. All right.
Love it. Woo!
Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Michael Penix Jr.
Oh, you like this guy.
versus Baker Mayfield. That's what I really like.
You
Guy,
love Baker.
I'm expecting a high scoring affair here. Last season, these two teams were combined 11-1 to the over in divisional games. They played each other twice. The totals were 57 and 60 in those two games. I love over. I think the line's sitting at like 48 right now.
47.
47 and a half. I would buy it down to 46 and a half, 47, and rock and roll with the over there.
All right.
I think you like it. Oh, okay.
No,
I thought
no.
you were going like this because you liked
No,
it.
I like that you like Baker.
And then game number 2. This is what I was saying earlier. Don't be afraid to bet with the public in week 1. This is a big time public game. I'll be honest with you. The Broncos. Okay, Titans versus the Broncos. Now, what I'm doing in this game is I'm taking the trends. I'm going to tell you guys what those trends are in a second. But I'm taking the trends and I'm wiping my ass with the trends. I do not care about them. So from 2000.
No systems?
We're throwing the system in the garbage after last week. Throwing the system right in the
I
garbage.
was just telling them what happened.
Since 2003, teams who
I love this guy.
road teams who had 3 to 6 wins the year before,
Yeah.
and they were anywhere from +4.5 to +9,
Right.
won at 81% in week 1. So that trend points to the Titans. Another trend that points to the Titans. Well, forget about the trend. That's the main trend that points to the Titans. Guys, toss it out. We got Bo Nix. I'm drinking the Bronco Kool-Aid here. So, a couple good things. Bo Nix, rookie season, 29 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Very good for a rookie quarterback. From week 4 onward, they had the best turnover-worthy rate in the league. This is a good, solid team, guys. Solid defense. Sean Payton, 6-0 against the spread last year as home favorites. Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I am all over this game. Listen, a lot of cappers.
You're not worried about 8.5
listen,
first week?
listen to me.
I won't worry about that.
I'm listening, Ted.
A lot
I'm
of
listening.
cappers are going to try to get cute on this game. You're going to see a lot of videos and a lot of people giving out the Titans in this game. Don't buy into it. It's Denver all day.
Why do you say that, though? Why do you think they're going to be giving out the dog?
Oh, just to
'cause no
go
one
against the
picked?
public, to be cute, using these little trends and stuff.
Okay.
Trying to be contrarian, but no.
That could be a good game to throw a teaser in too with another team out there.
Yeah, if you can, because you can move it through 7 and through 3. You can put a 6.5 point teaser, even a 6 point teaser. I mean, what are you seeing at 8.5 right now? 8?
8.5.
And today I heard Bo Nix is 6-0 against the spread, and we went to the orange Bronco underwear. Too.
Is he really? I didn't know that one.
No, I got some good trends. I see some of the trends out there as well. I agree with you that in the defense, at Patrick Surtain, they got one of the best defenses in the NFL, I think. That's why they got one of the lowest totals. I was 43 right now.
Oh, it's a tough place to play, too. Let's face it, with the altitude, you got a rookie quarterback coming into that loud environment. Let's see how they execute. Let's see what he does in his first start in his career. Cam Ward, number 1 pick. I mean, if he comes out and has a great game and keeps that offense and the defense somewhat stays in it, keeping,
Yeah, no, he's the bright spot for sure. He's the bright spot.
And it could rally the defense. But, I mean, Denver should win that game. I don't know if they'll cover.
The problem is their offensive line is atrocious. I could see Cam Ward getting a lot of pressure.
Right.
They don't really have any any good skilled position guys, receiver or running back or tight end. So, Cam Ward, let's not judge Cam Ward on this season because he doesn't really have a lot around him to make him a good. I think he could be good long term. I love his work ethic. I don't know if you guys saw, they interviewed him. He says, "Why wouldn't I be up at 4 a.m. every day working? My dad got up to go at 4 a.m. every day to work a job that barely paid anything. I'm getting millions. Of course I'm going to be work." So I think this kid has a good work ethic. I like his future in the NFL.
All right, perfect. I love some games on Sunday. I got to be honest with you. I've been watching these things for a while. They've been on my radar, and I see some numbers that don't make that much sense to me. Where I think I'm going to take advantage of the first week opportunities because the numbers I think are a little off. I really love Baltimore against Buffalo in week 1. I think Baltimore is a live play. That game just flipped from +1.5 to -1.5. I just money line this game. Call it even up. I think Baltimore has a big shot to go in there week 1. I think they have as many weapons, if not more weapons, than Buffalo does. I thought Buffalo this year, like I said, I got a lot of flack for it, is not going to win as many games as expected. And I think this could be a loss for them right out of the gates. Week 1, I think Baltimore in this game is the right side of it. I think if Buffalo was right in a spot like this, they would have been 2.5 to 3. They're making this line now. It just flipped from 1.5 to 1.5 the other way. I'm going to make this game even. I'm going to call it even up. Whoever wins, wins. And I think Baltimore's getting the job done in that game to get the W. So take Baltimore. I think that's a very solid play. Another game that I really feel good about, believe it or not, right here, the team in our backyard. I think the Dolphins have a big shot to beat the Colts. I really do. I think that they are the better of the two teams. I don't see much of the Colts early in the season. I'm going to take Baltimore in that game. Excuse me, Baltimore. I'm going to take Miami in that game, and I'm going to get that line to +3 from 1.5. I'm going to go all the way up to 3. I'm buying numbers early because I'm looking to add on. When I think a game is strong, I'm going to buy some more points and make it even stronger in my mind and try to take advantage of a number that I think is off to begin with. So I like the Miami Dolphins +3 in that game against the Colts. And one other game I'm looking at, I like Detroit. I think there's a lot of pressure on Green Bay. I think there's not as much pressure on Detroit. And I think, the number on this game, I think they made the right number on this game. I think it could have been, Green Bay could have been even higher. I thought Green Bay would be about 3.5 on this game, just losing those coordinators and other things, and obviously adding Micah Parsons recently. Is he playing in that game? They're saying he's going to take some kind of an injection. Is he going to play? Have they decided?
He has to get some kind of shot for some kind of injury or something that's going on. I haven't really been paying much attention to it.
I think Detroit's a live dog in that game. I think that number is an interesting number to me. I would get that line of 3.5, and I would jump on Detroit. So those are the plays I'm playing. I'm going to play the Dolphins up to 3. I'm going to play Baltimore, pick them, and I'm going to take Detroit, and I'm going to buy Detroit to 3.5. I think Detroit's got a shot to go into Green Bay and surprise them and win that first game. I think if Green Bay was right, that line would have been higher opening week with all the weapons Green Bay has and adding Micah Parsons on the defense and losing a couple of coordinators, obviously, for Detroit. But they still have a great quarterback in Goff, and they still got a good running game, and they still got excellent receivers, and their defense ain't too shabby. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but I think but Green Bay's is not the best in the world as well. So I like Detroit to stay in that game, and that's it. Those are my 3 plays, man. Like them all. You guys like any of those games or no?
Not the Dolphins.
I don't mind. I like the Dolphins. I think that they got some QB issues over there in the Colts. I mean, who they got starting?
What are you talking about?
The Colts. Who's the starter for the Colts?
Oh, the quarterback?
They announced Daniel Jones.
It's Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones is the starting quarterback.
A proven loser.
You're trying to tell me, come on, I'm 100% betting. I know you don't like Tua, TK, and I don't think Tua is the answer for long-term success and Super Bowls, but against Daniel Jones, if Tua can't win that game, he needs to quit immediately Sunday night.
Oh, about that.
Sunday night, he needs to quit. If Tua can't beat Daniel Jones, he needs to hang up his boots.
It's not about beating Daniel Jones. It's about the defense and the offense, and if, God forbid, there's mistakes. Listen, it's still week 1. No matter how much we like these games, we all know this. It's still week 1. They still have to go out there and perform on both sides of the ball and try to stay error-free, because if you have the right side and you're driving down the field and you're making mistakes deep in and you're giving away points and you're missing field goals, I mean, you could be the dominating team and you don't cover.
No, I absolutely agree. But I'm still standing with my statement. If he can't beat Daniel Jones.
Speaking about Daniels, the coach for the Dolphins, I bet you he's probably going to be the first coach to get fired this year. He's not a good coach.
McDaniel?
Yeah, I do not like. He's not a coach.
They're not going to fire him.
He's not a good coach at all.
They'd have to start out 0-5, 0-6.
Yeah,
he'll be gone by the end of the year, midseason. He's going to be.
That's a big difference. End of the year and midseason. Those are two very different.
He's not
things.
a coach. He's a coach.
Well, I don't know about that.
I'm not bought in on that either. We'll see. We'll see. I don't
say he's bad. I don't say he's great.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I just don't know. Out of the 30, exactly. I think a lot of times when they fire these coaches like that, they kind of wait to see who's available before they make a decision to get rid of a coach.
Who are going to bring in, Belichick?
Yeah, Belichick.
There you go. Could you imagine? That would be great.
He'll sign Belichick, and his girlfriend will come as a Dolphin cheerleader. It'll be all set.
She could be the fluffer.
All right, I think that's it in the NFL, man.
It is.
What else is going to listen?
I have a little.
What else to talk about.
I have a little public service announcement.
Oh boy.
Got some questions?
Let's do it.
Let's do it, Ben.
I got a couple questions for you guys. All right. Just a couple. So first off, FSU. Someone said FSU looks good.
Looks great. Not good. Looks great.
I think Alabama more looks bad than FSU looks good.
Then it says Bama looks so bad, but FSU might be legit.
Why did Bama look bad? They got outplayed. That's why they look bad. I don't want. Listen.
Keep them coming, Ben.
They came in unprepared.
I totally disagree with these two guys because I think FSU showed up on both sides of the ball and Bama just wasn't prepared as well. And I got to give them credit for what they did. And that quarterback was dynamite, and he took over that game, and he just kept that team moving and grooving.
Here's why I say that, because you
can't take
if
it away from them.
that were Georgia against FSU, Georgia would have beat them by 21.
It doesn't matter what
Alabama sucks.
You can't make a false matchup. That was the matchup.
Okay.
Alabama, FSU, and FSU dominated that game, period.
Let's go, Ben.
All right, now we're going to continue. We got our
Love
next
it.
one is Tommy came in, OPP. Sup, my guys? It's me, OPP. I'm glad I didn't miss you. That California pick was
me.
against Oregon was great money. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You guys are the best, and that's why I'm always here to be a part of it. Questions for baseball tonight. Brewers and Dodgers winners.
Brewers are playing the Phillies tonight. That's an interesting matchup because both you got Nola coming back. He's been in and out of the lineup, and when he's on, he's on. I don't know what you think.
That's my free game.
Was that your free?
Yeah, I gave out the Brewers. Yeah, Nola he was injured.
It's tough when he's on. Though.
Coming off of injury, he's given up 13 runs in his last 14 innings.
Mm-hmm.
And the Brewers, who's pitching for the Brewers again? I think Quintana. Yeah. Quintana's been his last game he gave up 6 runs, but the 4 or 5 games before that,
he's tough to gauge.
4 or 5 games before that, he was lights out. I'm on the Brewers here. Yeah, I gave it away on my Instagram this morning.
That's a soft number, man. Brewers are only 115 against Nola. I don't know. I don't like the game. I'm staying up. T, anything on that?
I'm not playing. I'm playing a different game tonight.
Okay. I got you, Brewers.
All right, there you go. Anything?
Yeah, the Mets are playing the Detroit right now. Detroit's finally up 6-2 in this game, bottom of the 7th. Mets handled them the last 2 days.
It's good to see. I want to finish off with some baseball, but it's great to see the New York teams playing well because I think it makes it exciting for the playoffs. I got to be honest with you. Baseball with New York teams in it makes these pennant races really exciting. You got the Yankees battling against the Red Sox right now with Seattle behind them and obviously Toronto. You got to have these big market teams in. Don't you agree, guys? I mean, if you have all these small market teams, it's just going to make it so boring. And not when you have these bigger teams like L.A. and Philadelphia and New York and Boston and all these solid teams, it makes it so much more exciting.
They got the big names. You want to see these big names hitting the big home runs. You want to see Judge hitting the home runs. You want to see like that Juan Soto grand slam the other day, a couple days ago. You love seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what I like seeing last night, man, in the San Fran game, that home run in Freeland. Colorado, they went after him. That makes it a little exciting, a little baseball action. A little battle with Willie Adames and whatnot. You see the battle last night?
No.
They went Devers and Freeland. They went at it last night.
Really?
Cleared the benches, bunches swinging. Adames
took him 10 minutes to go around the bases.
Damn, I missed
that.
They
had a brawl.
He danced around first base.
Yeah, he didn't like that. He sat there and admired his home run for a while. Then he flipped the bat up. And then a brawl out of nowhere just transpired. It took him 10 minutes to run around the base because of the brawl. They had stopped, they just started going at each other. But you know what? That shit's been going on in baseball. I mean, I don't understand why the pitchers get so pissed off about it. What's the difference? The guy hits a home run. He wants to have a little fun.
Yeah.
Why does the pitcher take it so personally?
I don't know.
You're the guy that let the goddamn home run up. What the hell are you so mad at the batter?
He says something in Spanish, and I guess Freeland knows a little Spanish, so those were the words exchanged over there. It flew out.
You know what I'm saying? Why is the pitcher pissed at the hitter?
Yeah, I agree completely.
I mean, I get it. You gave it up, but so what? Let the guy admire it. What's the big friggin' deal? I mean, at the end of the day.
That one, he was looking, he looked like it was a foul ball. I know it happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that. That's an excuse. Yeah, I mean, let the guy have his fun, enjoy it. All right, listen, as I said, baseball is great. We're down to about 22, 23 games. How about Cal Raleigh, guys? 51 home runs, switch hitter, second most ever, I think, to Mickey Mantle is 54. You think he's going to pass him? You got about 22 games left. He's got 4 home runs.
I think he can. I think he'll get, in 22 games, I think he'll get another 7 or 8 there. I'd like to see him hit 60. We'll see what happens. That's
a switch hitter, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. You don't see many of that happen. Mickey Mantle,
What's his nickname? He has a cool nickname.
I forgot his nickname.
I forgot it too.
I'll look it up.
And how about my White Sox guys? They won their 50th game. They got 4 left.
No, they got 51 now, I think.
I think, is it 50?
51.
Yeah, I thought they had to win 4 to pass it.
Well, they have to win 3 now after last night.
Okay. Well, they won their last 3 in a row. I told you I thought the White Sox would go over the 53.5 before the Dodgers could even come close to the 103.5, and the Dodgers will never get to 103.5. So kudos there. I told you guys that earlier in the season. Hopefully you guys maybe did something, sprinkle, as they say over here,
I say dribble. I say
a little
drizzle.
sprinkle.
Hey, there was one team that did hit 100 this year in the baseball. He hit the baseball. Colorado Rockies, 100 losses.
His nickname,
go.
Cal Raleigh's nickname is the Big Dumper because he has a big.
Well, I'll tell
booty.
you what, he's hitting some big dumpers out of the
Yeah.
stadium, that's for sure. And the guys,
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win MVP in the American League? You think Cal Raleigh, Judge? Who would you favor right now? Raleigh 51 home.
I got to look deeper at the numbers to be honest with you, Scotty.
Just take a guess. Who do you think? If you had a guess, who do you think's the favorite to win AL MVP?
I would say
it's
Judge
Judge?
because his team's doing a little bit better.
Is it Judge? It's either Judge or Raleigh.
I would say
think,
Judge
right?
because his team's doing a little bit better, but I could look at Raleigh's numbers and be like, holy shit, no
All right,
way Raleigh
let's
deserves
make it even more tougher. Who's going to win? Who do you think's the favorite to win NL? You think it's Ohtani, or you think it's going to be a pitcher? What do you think in the NL?
I agree with Tani on that.
Think it's going to be Ohtani again?
Tani.
Yeah,
I think he's won it, 3 out of the last 4? Guy's unbelievable.
he's really good.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
what about Schwarber?
Schwarber's been very good for the Phillies.
He just hit
Very
4
good.
home runs, man. Did you see that last week?
In one
4
game.
4 home, yeah, one game.
Yeah.
Schwarber for Philly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has more.
Soda's coming around too, man. He hit one last
Yeah,
night.
but
Yeah,
the
but
beginning of his year was too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Too
too
shaky.
shitty early to I think.
If
get
they
around.
did it,
7 home
if
runs.
they did it from the second half, he'd be the.
All right, guys. Ben's giving us a rap sign. I got one more thing to say, guys. A little bit of Teddy advice, Teddy tips
Oh,
when you're
boy.
betting on sports. Here's something that professional sports bettors understand that amateurs don't. I don't know if Scotty will agree with this, but you can't view your bankroll as actual money that you're playing with. You got to view it as units. Recreational bettors, they view their bankroll as money. They think of it as money. They keep it kind of intermingled with their personal money, and it changes the way they play. It increases the emotions. You can't decipher the difference, and it screws up everything, and it makes it really hard to win. So when you take your betting bankroll and you put it in your sports book, don't think of it like money. Just think of it as units and try to grow those units. And that's my piece of advice for this first week going into the NFL season.
And one other thing I want to add on to that as well. Guys, play with your heads. Don't bet over your heads. If you have a certain amount of bankroll, play a percentage of that bankroll only. Do not extend yourself. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you got $2,000 in an account. You don't want to be betting $1,000 if you have $2,000 on any one given game, because if you drop that game, you're down to under $1,000 left to play with. Now you have to start really dropping way back down and trying to build it up to get it back to where it was to go above it. So play smart. You play 5-10% of your bankroll, sometimes 5%, probably a 10% max on higher end games. And if you're playing a bunch of games, even play less than that. If you're betting 5 or 6 games a day and your bankroll's $2,000, maybe you bet like $25, $50 a game. You agree?
Yeah.
On multiple games?
Multiple games.
You don't want to risk more than
I
10.
wouldn't play
10
more than 3 games if you're throwing out games on the
Well, some guys, it doesn't matter what you would say.
no
they want to bet.
no parlays, straight plays only. That's the
Yep.
way I would. That's the only way you're going to win.
All right, guys, great show. I'm really still jacked up, actually. Week 1 NFL, Week 2 college football, baseball winding down. We touch base on everything. Now, the most important thing, how can the people find you guys each and every day to get that winning edge and that winning advice that you put on social media? TK, tell me where they find you.
The best place to find me is right on social media. Go right to Instagram at TK Wins. I put up a lot of stories there, a lot of polls, a lot of contests out there. So check me out on Instagram at TK Wins. And then right there, you can link right to my website direct. That's even a better place to get me on. Send me a message, and my phone number's on there as well. So check me out at TK Wins on Instagram. Look for that blue check mark out there.
All right, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, my man, CEO of the Sports Profits, been around over 20 years, doing it at the highest levels. Where can they find you, Teddy, on social media?
All right, so I switched to the glasses for this one so you could see me for this one. You can go to _profits_pick. Look for that blue check mark like TK said. You can go to the website, thesportsprofits.com. But really, the Instagram is where you want to be. That's where all the action is. So just go right there and check us out. Good luck.
That's
Week
it.
1.
And
NFL.
there is a lot of action out there, guys. And follow these guys because they've been doing their winning, man. Fair share of winning. And I've been crushing it. I don't know if you guys are following me out there, but if you're following my free video picks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We have been ass kicking them. And we got one up there tonight, and we got games every day up. All you have to do to find them is just come to my Instagram page, my official page, with the blue check mark verifying me, is SM Sports Picks, Picks. Check it all out. A lot of winning going on, man. College football, baseball. This is a great time of the year. We just want to try to keep giving you that quality daily stuff and build up that bankroll. And check out this show. More importantly, the one and only podcast show, Get the Edge, on YouTube. Give us some thumbs up, man. Click, subscribe, join up, tell your friends, whatever it is. We like you guys to be on with us. If you ever have questions each and every week, let us know what's on your mind, and we'd be glad to answer them for you. And again, Scott Mattews, it was great. Look forward to seeing you guys back here next Wednesday. Week 2 of the NFL, Week 3 of college football, and also some baseball coming up. Have a great day. See you next week. Woo!
Lively one today.
TK in the house.